Okay everybody, I am here to show you my new release, The Phoenix Will Rise, and look at that gold. Oh my god, it's so beautiful. And this cover art by the wonderful Rowan Barton. They have been fantastic all throughout this journey, and I've loved working with them to create this iconic cover with, look at that gold, and then the power types on the back, which I will give you a bit more detail about shortly. So I had a vision of stained glass windows and really wanted it to portray the first of our heroes, Callie, our main character for The Phoenix Will Rise. So you can see that she is sort of cultivating this dark kind of flame-like power in her hands. She's not necessarily going to be the cliche phoenix type power, but of course she is going to command certain things that are iconic with a phoenix power. So let me tell you a little bit more about the new story. So fundamentally, every human 15 years ago got superpowers, and some people survived their power, you know, kind of coming into force in their bodies. Some people overwhelmed them, took them by surprise, completely spontaneously combusted, maybe disappeared completely off the face of the earth. Some people have weird and wonderful powers. Some people have iconic, immense, really incredible powers. And of course, some powers are inherently good, others inherently evil. And so basically this is the first one in my new Elite Guardians series. So the Elite Guardians are the protectors of our world. And as I say, it's now 15 years after day one, when everything happened. It's kind of, you know, the powers are embedded in our society now. We've got people that remember life before powers. We've got people obviously that have been born into this world and have been given their power. They don't run in families. There are no rhyme and reason behind it, kind of thing. It's not based on your personality or whether you're good, evil, chaotic, neutral, whatever you want to sort of go down the route of looking at power types and how people end up kind of in, you know, categorized into them, shall we say. So as I say, this is the first in a dark fantasy about superheroes, but it's got a real gothic edge to it as well. So you've got morally grey everything, and of course a villain that is going to ruin you. Cull is an incredible villain. I really enjoyed writing him. I wrote about him, loved him, hated him. He ruined me. I wanted to just adore this man, like we all do when it comes to a good villain. So of course, as I say, we've got Callie, our main character. So she can command hearts, and it's a kind of allure that scares her. So of course she bends people's wills, she draws people to her, but of course with that it sounds incredible, but at the same time it can be completely devastating and dangerous. It can consume people, it can destroy lives, it can destroy her relationships, and so she hides from this power. She thinks she has a kind of dual power, one part being invulnerability and the other part being this allure. She doesn't understand what it means, she doesn't understand what it's going to kind of manifest when she truly starts to dig into what her power is and how she can tame it. So she spent years in hiding. She is now in a travelling circus with her boyfriend, who is a clown. He plucks her out of the crowd, and they do a little fake performance where he throws knives at her head, and of course she is invulnerable. So it's all very much a showmanship moment to introduce Callie to the stage, and of course we've also got the man who's watching her from the crowd, Valor. So Valor is the world's #1 hero, our absolute leading man. He is the epitome of good, no wavering, no anything. He is the ultimate superhero good guy. His power is strength. He cannot be overcome by anything. No poisons, no force on earth is strong enough to overpower him. He truly is good and strength and everything you can imagine from that kind of top hero spot. So he's unshakable in his protection of the world and the right and wrong and that real sense of righteousness. But he also understands that there's the grey areas in between too. So when it comes to someone like Callie, he wants to take her on as a sidekick and sort of get her under his wing, get her to understand what her power is, how to tame it, how to control it, and hopefully use this power for the hero's side, of course. So he doesn't want it to seem as like a curse. He wants it to be something that can be welded for the greater good. So she takes her place and of course becomes one of his sidekicks, his newest recruit to the Elite Guardians, to hopefully make her way into the top spot as one of the heroes of our world. But of course, this is where things are going to get interesting. So, like I told you about earlier, we've got Cull, our main character. He, sorry, not our main character, our main villain. He is a sanguimancer. So his power was really based on my love of Dracula, vampires, that real sort of blood manipulation side of things, those dark powers that everyone would have always looked at him as inherently evil for having this power. So he's a master of magic and blood, and he is actually older than 15 years. His power has been around, shall we say, longer than the 15 years since the powers manifested. So there's this big secret as to why and how this man is an immortal, again the vampire lore, and has been around for centuries, let alone not just the 15 years that people have had the power. So there's a big secret to be unfolded there, and he not only knows all about Callie and her power and what she can do, he knows secrets about her, he knows what she's meant to become, he knows her destiny. But is he choosing her? Does he want her to join him? Or is there something more at play here? Is there an ulterior motive as to why he suddenly infiltrated Vala's hero world at the same time that he has just got his newest recruit? So the next thing I would love to show you is, of course, we've got the hardback version of the book as well. So we've got these beautiful sprayed edge, and to go with that, the matching end pages. So the sunlight is doing me dirty, but you can see here we've got the beautiful jacket complete with the gold foil and these end pages that are going to match our gorgeous sprayed edge as well. So I want to show you that. And of course, as I say, that's kind of the overview of the story. We've got an overarching, like kind of an overseer entity called the Eternals, and they're going to come more into the second book. They're sort of mentioned in the first novel. We sort of learn a little bit about that there's this sort of other part of the hero world and the powers that we've been given. This kind of human evolution has taken place and what it all means, and so we start to kind of dig into that into the second book. But for the first one, you're going to learn all about Callie and Vala, and obviously Cull is going to come into the mix. You're going to learn about those nuances between the heroes, the villains, the real kind of world behind this, outside sort of understanding of what it means to be a hero. And of course, the line between hero and villain is going to blur along the way. So I wrote it that way on purpose, and of course I have no apologies about that at all, because I love to do some nice twists and turns. I love little mysteries to be uncovered along the way, shall we say. So the first novel, The Phoenix Will Rise, is coming out on the 28th of February, so less than a week away now as I'm recording this, and I'm so excited to share it with you, and I cannot wait for you all to have a read. Please give it a try. It really is a sort of dark fantasy with a gothic twist. Superheroes, yes, but definitely not the cliche kind of softly good guy types. You really have got my loves of things like anime and the real dark kind of fight scenes you get with that, the real true villains that you get with anime shows. So I've kind of blended the two sides of my personality, my goth geek sides, all into one, and we've got the first in my new series, The Phoenix Will Rise. Thank you.